You can hear this episode commercial-free, along with hundreds of others from Calaroga Shark Media on Apple, Spotify, or many other players. Just click the link in the show notes for more info.
Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Tom Quinn and The Mirror looked ahead to September when Harry turns 40 and some of the friends and family political minefields he faces. Quinn warns that including Beatrice and Eugenie could pose a dilemma for Harry. He explained, if any key members of the royal family are involved in Harry's 40th birthday celebrations, it will be Beatrice and Eugenie. But this presents a problem for Harry. The issue arises because, while Harry cherishes his relationship with his cousins, he is likely to draw the line at inviting their father, Prince Andrew, which could upset Beatrice and Eugenie, who are loyal to their father. Quinn noted, Harry needs all the friends he can get, but there are limits. Despite the strained relations with other royals, Harry's bond with Beatrice and Eugenie has reportedly strengthened since his move to America. This closeness, however, is causing unease for Prince William and Princess Kate. For William and Kate, an alliance between Harry and Meghan and Beatrice and Eugenie is a huge worry. They sense that Beatrice and Eugenie, feeling like virtual outcasts themselves, have far more in common with Harry and Meghan than with any other part of the family. The worry for the senior royals is that after their tour of Nigeria, Harry and Meghan will seize the initiative, reveling in positive publicity while Kate is forced to stay in the background. Although Harry and Meghan have little sympathy for Prince Andrew, they've kept in regular contact with Beatrice and Eugenie, who have always been free of any associations with Meghan's difficult time in the UK. Royal insider Deep Crown suggested everyone is way too in front of their skis worrying about that scenario. Deep Crown tells us, if the Princess of Wales has not returned to her royal duties by September, then I fear we must brace ourselves for the possibility that something has gone terribly wrong. Kate's absence from the public eye for such an extended period, coupled with the growing tensions within the royal family, would be a deeply troubling sign. It would suggest that her health challenges are far more severe than initially believed, and that the road to recovery may be longer and more arduous than any of us had hoped. In such a scenario, the monarchy would face yet another crisis, one that would test the strength and resilience of the institution to its very core. We're still hearing a lot about Harry's recent visit to the UK. Sunday Times royal editor Roya Nicker explained on her podcast, all the narrative from the moment he touched down, and we got that statement from Harry's spokesperson saying it's not possible for Harry to see his father. His father is too busy. He completely understands. That set the mood music for the whole week that Harry had said, Pa's too busy to see me. I just thought something didn't feel quite right about this, so I dug away a bit deeper and found out that actually Harry had asked if he could stay, and Charles had said, yes, come and stay, son. You come and stay in the royal residence. You are near where I am, so it's going to be much easier for me to see you, given what's going on with my diary and your diary. And that turned everything on its head, because the narrative from Harry that I wanted to see my father, but he is too busy to see me, actually, the reality was Charles said, yes, please do come and stay in a royal gaff, and that would make it much easier for me to see each other. In response, the Times assistant editor Kate Manzi remarked, someone at the palace told me that the king was bruised by that statement that Harry put out, which all plays into exactly why. The Telegraph reports Prince Edward, the newly appointed colonel of the Scots Guard Regiment, has been discreetly training alongside his brother Prince Andrew to prepare for his high-profile role in the upcoming Trooping the Colours ceremony. Despite being an experienced equestrian himself, Edward recognizes the immense challenges posed by this grueling annual parade and is leaving no stone unturned in his preparations. An inside source revealed, the royals have all been riding since they can walk, but they also want their horse to be mentally and physically relaxed with them riding, and that doesn't happen overnight. They've all played polo and done ponies, but this is about putting a bit of a finesse into what they do so they will sit up straighter, get their shoulders straight and their heels down. It's about finishing it off with presentation. The prestigious Trooping the Colour event demands exceptional endurance from its participants. A former commanding officer, Dan Hughes, candidly admitted, it is a really long day. You're on a horse for about 5 hours. To ensure he can withstand the physically demanding parade, Edward must acclimate not only to the rigours of extended horseback riding, but also to the sweltering heat and cumbersome ceremonial attire, which includes a heavy wool tunic and a 1.5-pound bearskin cap. One insider confided, although Edward may have roped his brother in for practice, he is the better rider. With this vote of confidence, it seems Edward's secret training sessions with Andrew could be the key to ensuring a flawless performance at this year's Trooping the Colour. Meghan's podcast series Archetypes has been described as hilarious by US celebrity blogger Perez Hilton. Hilton told Kinsey Schofield on her YouTube series that due to their connection to the British royal family, both Meghan and Prince Harry will continue to attract financial opportunities from Hollywood, even if they are dropped by platforms like Spotify. Hilton remarked, "They don't even have to try. They will work in Hollywood because Hollywood, like the rest of the world, is full of sheep. They will want to align themselves with the British royal family." Harry's not a senior working royal anymore, but he's still a son of the king and the brother of the future king. Money will always be thrown his way and his wife's way, even if they continue to be dropped by Spotify or Netflix after their new projects fail to garner much viewership. I thought Archetypes was hilarious because she claims to be this champion of women and for the people, yet every guest, it seemed like, if not every guest, then the overwhelming majority were celebrities. Why are you doing this thing about women and we're only hearing voices of the rich and famous? Earlier this year, Lemonada Media podcasts picked up Archetypes. Meghan said, "Our plan to re-release Archetypes so more people can now have access to it, as well as launching a dynamic new podcast, is well in the works. So I'm eager to be able to share it soon and am overjoyed to be joining the Lemonada family." Earlier this week, when we checked, Archetypes was number 198 in Apple Podcasts' Society and Culture subcategory, just 5 places below Baby Mama's No Drama. Meghan is working on a new podcast for Lemonada that will supposedly come out in 2025, as she is said to be focusing on her jam-selling side hustle this summer. Palace Intrigue will be right back. On Celebration Day, King Charles received a poignant gift from the National Trust, the first seedling from the iconic sycamore gap tree. This ancient tree, standing for over 300 years in a natural dip along Hadrian's Wall in Northumberland National Park, was tragically vandalized and felled in September 2023. In what seemed to be a touching tribute to his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II, King Charles remarked that Celebration Day provides an opportunity to remember the lives of those who are no longer here and who have shaped us. The royal family shared this sentiment on social media, noting the annual occasion is a day to remember the lives of those who are no longer here and who have shaped us. After receiving the seedling grown from seeds collected from the felled sycamore gap tree, the king expressed his hope of eventually planting it in the Windsor Great Park. He eloquently reflected on the symbolism of trees, stating, "Part of the power of trees to move and console us lies in the continuity and hope they represent, the sense that, rooted in the past and flourishing in the present, their seeds will be carried into an as-yet unimaginable future." The National Trust, owners of the land where the iconic tree stood, have been meticulously caring for the collected seeds and twigs. Their efforts involving techniques like grafting and budding aim to create genetically identical replicas of the beloved sycamore gap tree, preserving its legacy for future generations. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or your app of choice. Write us a review, hit those 5 stars. And remember, you can get this show commercial free now with an Apple subscription, or you can use your Spotify player or any other player. Just look for the link in the show notes to get more info. And hope you can support us all here at this show. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.